The Spaz demon is back. It's been a while. I have no reason for my abrupt absence, though I can say, expect more secondary videos. Lately, playing with them has brought me more joy than I've felt in quite some time on this game. If there are any other weapons you'd like to see featured, feel free to reach out. I shall be more than glad to deliver. Oh, the music, you ask? Don't worry about that. Today's video will be focused on one of the most beloved secondaries, the Desert Eagle XIX. In my opinion, this is a top 5 secondary to run for my pistol lovers out there. While it's a bit feisty and bites back, once you learn the gun, it becomes a nice and refreshing way to play. The Deagle's strong suits consist of its capability to one-shot, capability to two-shot, its extremely high penetration at 1.3 studs, and its access to an extended barrel along with stock. Though its cons consist of high recoil, low ammunition, low magazine size, slow muzzle velocity, and slow recovery speed. So why would you ever use it? Well, the XIX is just a damn powerhouse, that's why. With a weapon like the XIX, you can see me in this video challenging guns that I shouldn't be, but still winning. Why? Because of its TTK. Today I am running the Delta sight and a muzzle brake. Why not extended barrel? Well, that's because of my personal preference. I prefer to use the gun in closer ranges. In fact, I should have a blue laser equipped to increase my ADS speed. However, I encourage the extended barrel if you see yourself using the gun at ranges more often. As I say always, the sight comes down to your choice. I use the Delta as it seems fit, but sometimes I use the iron sights for that sleek chrome look. As for muzzle brake, it is simply to reduce the time needed for my weapon to recover for another shot. You will see that in majority of my gunfights, I take a brief second to let my gun reposition before I shoot again. This should be how you shoot the gun in almost every situation other than a few niche ones. If you don't let the gun reset its position, you'll be shooting above your opponent. And that's no good, is it? Aw, how silly could I be? The XIX stats. After all, that is quite important. Let's see here. With a head multiplier of 2.50 and a torso multiplier of 1.4, the Deagle can one-shot kill up to 40 studs. After that, you can then two-shot kill up to around 60 studs. Then its max damage range is 86 studs with 37 damage per bullet. I want to briefly speak about why I'm deciding to hip-fire sometimes. I do not know if this is simply placebo effect or not, but when I hip-fire, sometimes the weapon feels more accurate due to not having to recover. I usually hip-fire thanks to the weapon's slow ADS and the ability to spam click. If you know why this is, or if it's just placebo, please let me know. I got a little frisky there. I know I mention it 24/7, but please only take gunfights you're either confident in or have no choice to take. Avoid gunfights where you're at a disadvantage. It'll save you a lot of deaths over time. The Deagle is best for players who prefer a powerful, high-risk, high-reward playstyle. Players who can manage its recoil and reload effectively. and situations where quick, decisive shots are needed, such as ambushes or close quarters engagements. While the gun may be statistically evil, it is not a point-and-click adventure like the BFG. You may see in some of these fights, I am not getting consistent one-taps. This is because, unlike the BFG, the Deagle needs more precision to get that one-shot kill, this being the head or torso. Here I make the mistake of committing too early. Thanks to my favorited playstyle of run and gunning at full blazing speed, I vault out on this guy too early and my life is cut short. So what playstyle do I recommend for this gun? A fast-paced yet methodic playstyle. Your gun may still be good at mid-range, yes, but why make it harder for yourself? Get up close and personal, but also properly aim your shots, as the recovery time on the weapon is not the kindest. And when should you hip fire? If you said whenever feels comfortable is best, then you are correct. As I stated before, there are times where I just feel more at ease or feel the kill is easier to confirm if I hip fire rather than ADS first and then shoot. It's also quicker if you are successful at your hip fire. You can tell I'm rusty at editing, as I forgot to mention this is a rank 102 unlock. Try avoiding open areas. Because of your recovery time between shots, long range or even medium range, open area fights is just asking to become a campfire story. It's best you use flank routes such as there or walls for combat. I mentioned committing earlier. So what is committing exactly? Committing is when, instead of running away from or avoiding a gunfight, you pursue it in the hopes of a kill. I usually only do this one of two times. A, when I feel threatened, like if I'm in a bad spot and I have no choice but to fight. Then B, when I'm confident that the kill is mine. Sometimes I'll commit by knowing I'm being chased just like I was previously. And then I hope I can get the kill for the opponent's over-aggression. Though there I turned too early and was punished. Well, my children, that is all for today's video. It is in my utmost pleasure to announce the next two videos will hopefully be the Colt Mars and the FN57. If you enjoyed, I'd appreciate it greatly if you subscribed. And until then, stay melodic.